Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're finally going to talk about Haikyuu Season 4 Episode 1. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been dying and waiting to talk about this as a manga reader. We have been waiting so freaking long for the Ball Boy arc to be animated, and it's one of the most... Oh man, you guys, you anime onlys are in for a wild ride. That's all I'm gonna say. But this first episode was just fantastic. I'm so glad that we got to see the whole measurements in this episode, because if you guys remember, if you guys watched me for a while in my older videos, which were, but in my older videos I wasn't so sure if they were gonna cover this just because how they left off in season 3. So yeah, but thank God that they just kind of rewinded it back and they started from where they left off, and I'm really happy about that. So oh, you guys, I'm so happy with this episode. They've done a fantastic job. Like, I was tearing up within the first few seconds. Like, they're finally back. I'm so happy. This episode honestly was like the best first episode. Like it said on the name of the episode is called Introduction, which I think fits very well with this episode because, again, we're getting right back into Haikyuu and it's back where we left off. It's been 3 years since then. So yeah, I mean, I'm so excited, you guys. Can you tell I'm excited? But let's talk about my favorite scene in this episode, which is one of the moments that I was just dying to see animated for so long already. And that is with Tsukishima and Hinata, when Hinata basically invites himself over to the training camp. And seeing Tsukishima act like he didn't know Hinata, and he was just like, I am gonna act like this isn't really happening, this is all just a dream. And poor Tsukishima, he was just feeling the secondhand embarrassment that Hinata was giving him, and him calling him an idiot was just the best thing ever. It's all I could have asked for. Just the way that his voice actor delivered that line was just beyond perfect. It's what I expected, it's what I imagined it to be and more. Oh my gosh, this is definitely one of my favorite Tsukishima moments from the Ball Boy arc, just because you don't really see Tsukishima lose his composure. But in this moment, he was just like, you fucking idiot, why are you here? Which, funny enough, Tsukishima did ask Hinata, like, what made you even think about this? He's like, well, I didn't want to go to jail. And Tsukishima starts to think, oh fuck, I'm the one who gave him this idea, like. But then again, when you really think about it, Hinata was thinking about going into Kageyama's training camp uninvited, and it's just like, oh, Hinata, like, what is going on? But obviously Hinata's gonna get in trouble, and they pull him back and they're like, oh, you're not supposed to be here, let's go ahead and call your teachers. And obviously Coach Oikai and Takeda give him an earful, which Takeda was just like, enough is enough. And he was just like, Hinata, what the hell? Like, he was pissed. But the coach from Shira Torizawa, he was like, you know what, we could use another ball boy, it doesn't really matter to me. And this part with the coach Ashira Torizawa, oh my gosh, you guys have no idea how much I was seething with anger right after this, when he tells Hinata that he's basically nothing without Kageyama. I was furious when I read this in the manga. I was like, you little old bitch ass man. I was fuming when I read this, but now seeing it in anime form, there's a reason why I wasn't so mad. Like, yes, it still gets to me, but I'm not so mad. And the reason why I say that is just, well, you guys are gonna have to find out later on, because spoilers regarding the manga. But just remember this scene. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, I'm not gonna dive into too much with spoilers regarding the manga, but yeah, this scene alone, it was painful, you guys. This scene was really painful to read, because you can tell, like, Hinata just wants to be a part of this because he feels like he deserves it, and he wants to improve, and he wants to, like, you know, reach greater heights as well. He doesn't want to be left behind. But obviously no one's seeing his potential at the moment, which sucks because I feel like Hinata does have a lot of potential, but it's just like the coach was saying, people don't really see him because of Kageyama and the way that he sets, because, you know, you need the two together at the moment. But who knows, maybe these two can like diverge and become their own persons. But all the more so for Hinata to improve himself and prove himself and his worth. Anywho, but I do like that the other schools, the other boys were like, let him join in, like who cares, like they were like determined to go against Hinata, but hearing that Hinata's gonna be a ball boy, they were kind of shocked a little bit, which, oh man, Hinata. All I'm gonna say is prep those tissues, man. Prep those tears, because this is gonna be a wild ride. Another moment that I do want to talk about that I really loved, and I loved hearing the soundtrack for, was when Hinata's riding his bike and the snow is falling. Oh my gosh, the way that they did this was really great. I loved seeing it animated, because in the manga it was just, it gave me chills, and seeing it animated just, oh my gosh. And then the soundtrack, it was beautiful. And I guess that's all I really have to say with Tsukishima and Hinata for now. Well, I do want to say with Tsukishima, I love that he was gonna like flat out deny the invitation to the training camp. He was just like, no. But then you have Daichi like, Tsukishima, do your best. I absolutely love this moment, and it's another moment that I was eager to see animated, because in the manga it was just so freaking hilarious, because Daichi is just like, you're going, boy, like no questions asked, you gotta go. But besides these two characters, let's go ahead and talk about Kageyama for a little bit, because we don't really get to see a whole lot about him just yet, but he does go to the training camp, his training camp, with all the top players, basically under the age of 19, which is pretty freaking intense and insane, and it's just like, it's an amazing opportunity. And Kageyama's gonna play with these other players that are just as good and have the potential to basically go pro. Because basically in this first episode they tell you like, if you go to this is basically like your ticket way up to the pros, basically, because this is where they have your eyes on you and stuff. So yeah, an amazing opportunity, and we get to meet I can never say his name right. Jesus Christ, no matter how many times I hear it and see it, I always mispronounce it, but Sakusa. There we go. Got it right this time, I hope. But this character, we get to see him, and he's the first one that Kageyama interacts with, and I'm really excited for you guys to see more of him. Like, he's a pretty interesting character, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm really excited to see him, like seeing him just talking and walking and basically just seeing him animate is just perfection. But we got to see my boy Atsumo. I mean, he didn't talk, but we'll get to that eventually. Not now, but eventually. Ugh, I'm dying to hear Mamoru Miyano and see how he does with this character, but as of right now, like, I'll take what I can get. But Kageyama looks super excited to be there at his training camp, and he's gonna learn a lot of stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's all I really can say with Kageyama. I do like that Enoshita was like, man, I hope Kageyama's okay, and I hope that Takeda wrote down how to get there in hiragana, because he doesn't know how to read the kanji very well, which I was like, oh no, he's gonna get lost. Like, the poor boy was just like, huh? Like, where do I go? Like, poor Kageyama. But yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it for this episode. I'm so excited to see everything else animated that I have been looking forward to from the manga. Like, you guys are in for a wild ride. Like, I'm so excited. Like, it's finally here. Oh, the opening. Oh my gosh, the opening is so good and great. I love seeing the visual, just, oh my gosh. And then, like, one part of the opening that I really loved is, like, where you see, like, all these groups lined up, and then you see, obviously, Daichi holding the sign, and it says, like, Miyagi Kurasuno, and it's just, like, I love that part, but also, like, where they're, I don't know whose hand it is, but they're lifting up their hand and it's like turning around, and then you see like the boys coming in and they throw their jackets, so it's just this opening is great. And speaking of the opening, let's go ahead and talk about the ending song, because oh my gosh, the ending, I do love it. Like, yes, it's like very slideshowy, but like I don't mind it because it basically focuses on the secondary characters that are just as important to the members of Kurasuno, and have put like some input there and basically have left their mark on them to help them get to where they need to be. It's just basically Kurasuno wouldn't be where they are without them. So I really like that part in the ending, that we get to see a little bit like basically a shine a light on these characters to say, hey, like they're here too and they're just as important to the team. You know, even though they're not players, they're important too. Oh, another thing I do want to talk about is the new like little commercial break thingies. I was expecting them to do like their usual like little volleyball thing, but this time it's them in their little bird forms and it's so cute. That is so freaking adorable. I love it. Like, yes, I do miss like where they do like the whole spiking the ball and stuff like that, but I love this too. Like, it's great. For the preview for the next episode, it's different from what I expected. Like, it's very like it's a whole different thing. They didn't really say anything. They just said the title of the episode, and you see Ushiwaka and Hinata. It's very brief and short, so I was like, like that's different and new with Haikyuu, because usually you hear the characters talking about something random and then they introduce you to the episode and we see like a longer length of the next episode, but you know, whatever. Yeah. Which, it's just a little minor detail, but I like I noticed it obviously, but at the same time I'm like, whatever, because it's back. That's all I care about, and I'm excited. I'm happy. Our boys are back. Our volleyball dorks are back, you guys. I'm so excited. Also, I'm excited to cry. Does that make sense? Like, I'm ready for everything that's gonna happen, that I know it's gonna happen, but at the same time, I'm not fully prepared because I know I'm gonna be an emotional mess for this ball boy arc. But anyway, that's all I have to say with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this episode of Haikyuu, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!